A very good morning to you. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of the show. I'm Yemi Adebayo.
And I'm Cecilia Morgan.
All right, let's start you off with the news making the rounds from this part of the world. Of course, the review of the just concluded National Sports Festival continues. We know the host for the next edition. The team that won is still celebrating the good stories behind the sports festival, the good, the bad, and maybe some other things are the things that we'll be looking at on the show this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a review and some records that were set and some athletes that put up a very spectacular performance, especially in swimming. So today we'll be talking about the MVPs of the tournament. Also on the program, we'll be talking about this one, the UEFA Champions League, the big side that actually got everyone talking, the round of 16. Bayern Munich and Liverpool. And of course, you have Manchester United and PSG. That's the big games everyone will be looking forward to in the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League.
All right, we can't wait. February is the time when the round of 16 will begin. But of course, the teams know their opponents as we speak in the UEFA Champions League. All right, let's move on the show and also talk about this one going down in England. A tale of two cities, you might call it. Leicester City taking on Manchester City in the English Football League Cup quarterfinal today. So we'll be talking about that. There's also another game involving Middlesbrough. We'll be talking about those two matches as we go on the show. But of course, we're not starting from here, not at all. We're not starting with football. Cecilia, we're starting with golf. And of course, we're talking about Nigeria's teen sensation, Georgia Oboh. We keep talking about her. She keeps giving us things to talk about. And the story is another, she's close to taking another step that will put her in the annals of history as someone who's done well for golf, not just in Nigeria, in Africa. We're talking about the Ladies European Tour School Finals, where she's closing in on the place.
Yeah, absolutely. She's in contention for top 25 right now. She's also aiming to finish, among the very best. You talked about the Ladies European Tour right there in Morocco, the school finals holding there as one of the qualifiers for this particular prestigious tournament. She is at present competing against 114 golfers across the world, and the battle for places in the top 25 gets tougher in the championship for her. Well, when you have about 115 players actually battling out over 4 rounds, so they're expected to play both at this particular golf course that is on here, and also on Thursday, which is the day after tomorrow. They will be battling a whole lot, and hopefully she can be able to finish in that top 25. That's the contention right now.
Yeah, she's on the verge of making history, like I said earlier, to become peradventure if she qualifies. If she's lucky to be one of the 25, or let me not use luck. If she's good enough to be one of the 25, she will be the first Nigerian to achieve such. And even aside all of that, she's been a trailblazer. She's been an era for golf. This is a sport where, it's, in this part of the world, is seen as an elitist sport, not an all-comers. But I'm very sure Georgia has done a lot to stimulate interest in this sport, and we're very happy, and I hope the progress continues.
Yeah, I hope she will be able to, continue in this state. What she has put into it, her parents and all that, it's not always easy, when self-funded and trying to just, set the pace and make a mark and tell other people that, look, this is actually possible. Hopefully she can finish in that top 25. And of course, gets more in this sport.
Okay, so that's it. A lot of sacrifice has gone into it. So wish her all the best as she continues our quest to make it into the big one. All right, let's switch to athletics. We continue with our review of what went down at the National Sports Festival. But Cecilia, let's talk about one lady, Mariam Yali. When you talk about athletics in Nigeria, those are the names that comes to your mind. And she gave us her thoughts on whether or not the elite athletes should be competing, and the pros and cons, the benefits and all that. But again, she's also talking about the things she's planning, what's in the offing to support our athletes, so that in 2020 it's not going to be the same tale in 2012 and in
2016 and all that. I love what she's actually doing. She's been there. She understands what these athletes are actually facing, and that's why she's coming up with this program whereby she's actually having this plan to unveil about 90 top athletes. For her to be able to, help them at Tokyo 2020. So this is going to be remarkable if it happens, because the plans are just for the elite athletes. If this come to pass, so to speak,
you know why this is remarkable for me?
A medal.
Yes, hopefully so. You know why this is remarkable for me? We've been told by a lot of experts, a lot of athletes, a lot of ex-internationals that we should just forget about Tokyo. Maybe we should think about the next one. And here is a person that's trying to support 90 athletes across 5 sports. Is commendable. Whether or not the time left is still enough for us to win something, time will tell. But I think this is a laudable effort. Let's listen to Mary Yali on the show this morning, talking about our efforts, the plans, and the motivation for trying to propel close to 90 athletes to success in Tokyo 2020.
No, we have a program that we're running right now, trying to raise money for 90 athletes from 5 different sports, athletics included, getting ready for Tokyo 2020. The reason is because we have seen, and it's normal all over the world, that there's nowhere in the world that government can put enough money, the money required for sports development or for sports in general in any country. So we have now brought back our experiences to bear. And instead of collapsing it with the government, we've decided to go private sector driven, completely private, to help add to what the government is doing and all the federations and states and local governments. At the end of the day, the target is for us to go to Tokyo 2020 and get medals. It does not matter which camp you came from or who developed you or who discovered you. At the end of the day, we are all under one umbrella, Team Nigeria. So we on the elite athletes, the ex-internationals, we've put together a program asking 4.5 million Nigerians to just give us 200 naira. Minimum of 200 naira, which is the cost of a bag of pure water. If we can get 4.5 Nigerians to do this for us, both on a private level, government level, corporate level, give us any amount. Our target is 900 million naira. Because each of these athletes have been designed to get 10 million naira to prepare adequately for Tokyo 2020. Because we don't want that last-minute preparation anymore. You've seen how the developmental program that have been put in place to discover young talent is yielding fruit at the festival. Sport is not a last-minute situation. It takes time. It's a gradual process. These athletes are human beings. They need to develop. So once we get this 900 million, which Tokyo is just around the corner, we're already late. We need that money like yesterday so that we can give these athletes to go out to wherever sport, 5 different sports, and prepare adequately for Tokyo. If we do it at the last minute, we're not going to give these athletes a fighting chance in Tokyo. It will be back to the drawing board, if there's any more drawing board left.
She said a lot of interesting things. I don't even know where to start.
Start from the fact that, I mean, we have close to 200 million Nigerians, right? Okay, let's just say the record we have usually is about 170 million Nigerians now. She's talking about 200 naira, just 4.5 out of the numbers. Yeah, and that's it. So you achieve what you want.
To support. And, in this part of the world, we're always eager to criticize. We're always eager to say, oh, they went to Tokyo, they didn't, they went to Beijing, they didn't win anything. They went to London, they didn't win anything. But here's a person laying out the plans. Look, even though the time is short, we need the money like yesterday, but we have a plan, both private individuals and corporations, anybody. Let's see what we can do. At the end of the day, the glory will be for Nigeria.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't matter who developed which athlete, all of those things do not matter. And I like the fact that we keep these talents, we keep seeing them. But the bottom line of everything that she said is, we need to give these people a fighting chance.
Absolutely.
Throwing money at people 3 months to a competition, you're not giving them any fighting chance. And that's what she has laid out for us. I hope everybody that needs to listen is listening. And, whatever widow's mind anybody has, let's do it. Let's be interested. And let's also I like this particular one. Let's be emotionally invested in these athletes. Let's see their success as ours, and not just wait for them to succeed and start saying, "Oh, this guy is a Nigerian."
Identifying with them.
Like we, the same way we try to claim players abroad and say, "Oh, he's of Nigerian descent." No, no, no. Let's contribute to the success story so that we can be able to say, "I was part of this. I was part of that."
And not only that, you can tell them, "Okay, are you guys fine that you didn't win any medal?" But then, if you're not part of it and all that, no support system coming from anywhere, you don't have any
moral right, yes.
To actually ask them, how come you guys went to, London, you went to Rio, and now you're going to Tokyo, nothing is coming out. So preparation starts now. And of course, as she mentioned, every Nigerian can actually be part of this one. I love it that it's actually thrown open to everyone. Take advantage of it and see how you can actually help an athlete win a medal in Tokyo. The earlier, the better. Okay, all right, now let's talk about the